violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, cyberspace? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Is on the run in DeKalb County. We told you on Channel 2 Action News at 6. Police found a woman shot in her truck in a quiet Lithonia neighborhood. Tonight, we're hearing from a neighbor about exactly what happened.
She called. And it's crazy because Lithonia is not Atlanta. No, I'm just kidding. But it's not funny that these things are continuing to happen in the community. As you can see, there's no restraint, there's no self-control. Women are even getting shot. I mean, it's just it's a ish show. It's a crap show. It's embarrassing, and it feels like there is no hope for the youth.
Channel 2's Veronica Griffin is at DeKalb Police Headquarters tonight. And Veronica, that neighbor told you officers went to his door looking for more information.
That's right. The neighbor told me DeKalb police knocked on his door looking for the shooter because apparently the getaway driver was parked in his driveway just moments earlier.
They were looking for him at our house.
Dominique Sanderson says DeKalb County police were looking for the man who shot a woman inside this black pickup truck on Saturday.
Wow.
It happened here in the 1700 block of Dunbarton Drive in Lithonia.
They were very persistent about it.
Sanderson says police told him the getaway driver parked in his driveway.
They were asking if we were shots, why there was a golden heart CRV or Accord in our driveway. We didn't know who they were, and by the time that we found out, the cop said himself that they were pulling out and somebody was running through our backyard with a backpack.
Other neighbors tell me the woman screamed out in terror after being shot in broad daylight. They didn't want to talk on camera, fearing for their safety, but said an unidentified man with a gun walked away moments later. DeKalb County investigators have not confirmed what neighbors said, but did confirm a woman was shot here and taken to the hospital in critical condition. Several neighbors shocked by the shooting described this neighborhood off camera as a quiet, walkable community.
The number one thing I've heard throughout all of this was this doesn't happen in this neighborhood.
Wow. And it's almost like they say the same thing every video. Everybody keeps saying, oh, it doesn't happen here. It doesn't happen here. And I'm telling you, it happens here. It's leaking out. It's going everywhere. These super gremlins are on demon time.
So me, I have a kid brand new. It's a little terrifying, but it's something to be aware of.
Now, we saw several doorbell cameras in the area. Neighbors will not confirm if police ask for any of that video. Reporting live at the DeKalb County Police Headquarters, Veronica Griffin, WSB Tonight.
Yeah, a lot of questions about the circumstances there. Veronica, thank you.
Atlanta police are searching for the person responsible for shooting and killing a 7-year-old little girl. This happened last night at an apartment in the Old Fourth Ward neighborhood. Good day's Lindsay Tuman is at the Atlanta Police Department in downtown. What can you tell us, Lindsay? Good morning.
7-year-old girl. 7. Community, you've got blood on your hands. Y'all got to own up to this one. Are we not snitching for this 7-year-old girl? Is the street code in full effect for this 7-year-old girl? Nobody talking? You a lame if you tell. You a lame if you give a statement. You lame if you talk to the police. 7-year-old girl. And they don't care at all.
Caitlin, just a terrible tragedy that happened. Atlanta police say this happened at some kind of family gathering when a fight escalated and it resulted in gunfire and the shooting death of a 7-year-old girl. Atlanta police responded to the Camden Vantage Apartments on Jackson Street at around 10:15 Saturday night to investigate gunfire.
Upon their arrival, they found a 7-year-old victim shot at least one time and who succumbed to her injuries.
Deputy Chief Charles Hampton Jr. says investigators learned the shooting stemmed from some kind of domestic dispute.
What we know thus far in this investigation is that there was a domestic incident that escalated. During this escalation, we know that there was a exchange of gunfire.
And y'all hear that music? Like, I mean, the communitized, bruh, turn the music down. You see the police are responding to the scene. You over here playing this music loud as hell. You got the cameras, you got the reporters. I mean, come on, have some respect. Show some respect for the 7-year-old girl.
And during this exchange of gunfire, that's where our victim was hit.
While police are still trying to gather all of the details, they say there was some kind of family gathering happening at the time, and officers are trying to speak with everyone who was here.
What we do know, we know that at least one male left the location. We're trying to figure out what his involvement is at this time. We also had some family members who stayed on scene, but again, to have a complete investigation, we would like to talk to all individuals that were present during the incident.
What they do know is that the young girl was inside the apartment when the shooting happened, and they want to capture the person responsible as quickly as possible.
Any death is tragic, but when there's a child involved, it really hits home.
It certainly does. Atlanta police have not released any suspect details at this time, but they are asking that anyone who was at that family gathering.
I can guess the suspect. It was a super gremlin on Demon Time.
Or at that apartment might have information to please call Crime Stoppers or the Atlanta Police Homicide Unit. Reporting live in downtown, I'm Lindsay Tuman for Good Day Atlanta.
Thinking of that little girl's family. All right, Lindsay, thanks so much.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
Family gathering ends in tragedy in the Old Fourth Ward. Police say a little girl died after getting hit by stray bullets. CBS 46's Madeline Montgomery is live at the Camden Jackson apartments with where police are at in this investigation. Really just an unimaginable situation for this family, Madeline.
It truly is. And out here you can see it's very quiet, very calm. We've hardly seen any folks over here. But last night, the sky was lit up with those blue flashing lights after police got called here around 10. And for some context, this is on Jackson Street, and it's just a block away from the Martin Luther King Jr. Historical Park.
MLK Historical Park. I'm telling you guys, MLK got bodies. He got bodies, y'all. I mean, y'all are putting blood on MLK's streets and pavements. It's a disgrace. It is a disgrace to the civil rights movement, what y'all doing in the community, and it's got to stop. It's got to end.
So police say last night they were called and they were told that a 7-year-old girl had been shot. She ended up succumbing to her injuries, and they say that she was at a family gathering in an apartment when things got heated, and then they turned into a total shootout.
And during this exchange of gunfire, that's where our victim was hit. So we're asking everyone that was here. We know that there was a kind of a family gathering. We know that a couple individuals.
And ain't that crazy? You got a family gathering and nobody's talking when a 7-year-old girl is killed. The community, we can't even gather together as a family without shedding blood. It's despicable. It's disgraceful. These super gremlins are on Demon Time.
Left the scene after the shooting. So we're asking anyone that was here to call Crime Stoppers or the Homicide Unit.
Police have indicated that specifically there's a man that was at the apartment last night that left after the shooting that they are trying to talk to, but they have not given us a description of that person at this time. Reporting live in Atlanta, I'm Madeline Montgomery, CBS 46 News.
This morning, tragedy continues to hit some of the most innocent in our community. A 7-year-old girl, one of the latest victims of gun violence in the city. This happened on Jackson Street in Northeast Atlanta. That's where we find 11 Alive's Karis Belger this morning. Karis, we're hearing this all happened at a family gathering.
Yes, that's what police tell us, and it all happened here at the Camden Vantage Apartments. It happened late last night. Police say that they are currently trying to piece together what exactly happened, but most importantly, track down who is responsible. So here's a quick breakdown of what they've told us so far. According to police, they got a call just before 10:15 last night. They say at some point there was a party happening in an apartment in this complex. At some point, people started fighting, guns were pulled out, and people started shooting. One of the people hit was, as you mentioned, a 7-year-old girl. According to police, she was in one of the rooms in the apartment. Police say at a certain point, some people left the complex. So they've been, they were here earlier this morning trying to find clues, piece together what exactly happened. But right now, no one is in custody. They are trying to see who may have been involved. They're also asking anyone who was at the complex last night to come forward and contact them with any possible information. But right now, this investigation is still very active and still ongoing. Anyone with any information is asked to contact Crime Stoppers.
All right, Karis, thank you for the update. This young girl's death comes just hours before a man is set to be sentenced in a separate shooting where another child lost her life to gun violence. Daquan Reed is scheduled to be sentenced tomorrow. Earlier this month, the Fulton County jury found him guilty on all 8 felony charges in the 2020 shooting death of Kennedy Maxey. She was riding in a car with her family when Reed fired a gun several times. One of those bullets hit young Kennedy Maxey in the head.
Wow.
Any death is tragic, but when there's a child involved, it really hits home.
Well, it's become the latest victim of gun violence in Metro Atlanta. Neighbors are now concerned over their own safety. Late today, the Fulton County Medical Examiner confirmed to 11 Alive the girl was 7-year-old Ava Phillips, and she was shot in the head. Now those who live near where all this unfolded late last night are on edge about their own safety.
Wow, man. I mean, what do you say about this? They murked little Ava Phillips. These dudes are grimy, they're dusty, they're disgusting, they're deplorable. These super gremlins are on demon time.
With that, here's 11 Alive's Karis Belger.
I stay in this building, like where it happened at, and as we were approaching my door, you just heard chaos.
Tia Wilson says she was coming home to the Camden Vantage Apartments late Saturday night when she heard loud noises.
As we were approaching my door, you just heard chaos. You heard like screaming. It was like multiple people screaming. You heard dogs barking.
She says she went into her apartment with her mother immediately after, but couldn't imagine what happened.
Like it wasn't just like familyless, like laughing and screaming together at something. It was like a literal like trauma scream.
According to Atlanta police, a shooting took place stemming from a domestic incident that escalated. A 7-year-old girl inside the apartment where it took place was shot, and police say she died from her injuries. After this latest incident, Tia says she feels a little less safe. Zachary Fisher feels the same.
I don't like that it's this unsafe. I don't like that my girlfriend lives here and it's this unsafe.
Yeah, and thanks to the community leaders, they have made the city unsafe. I hope that Buckhead is able to successfully succeed. We need new leadership. We need very hard and strict punishment for these super gremlins. No more water boys. No more homeless dudes on the corner of every exit. No more. We're not standing for it. No more getting away with murdering 7-year-old little girls. No more. And if you stand for that, and if you're for that, and you're behind it, and you're protecting the street code, and you're protecting the music that it enables these super gremlins, then you're part of the problem. Okay? Killer Mike, 2 Chainz, T.I. Atlanta was supposed to be Wakanda, but now it's Wakandai.
In November, at the same complex, 2 people were fatally stabbed in their apartment after authorities say the suspect was let inside. Zachary says it was in his apartment building. He's thinking of moving after the shooting Saturday night.
I don't feel safe enough to walk around without carrying. So I conceal carry around my apartment complex more than I do out in Atlanta.
Police say they're trying to piece together what happened. In Atlanta, Kara Spelger, 11 Alive News.
The search for the person who shot and killed Ava continues at this hour. There's no word from APD on any suspects. If you have any information or you can help, call APD or Crime Stoppers right now.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, in school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.